So some people out there know that I love iPhones a lot. And the funny thing is that I've been using iPhones pretty much as my day-to-day phone for like 5-6 years now. But the interesting thing is that there was an iPhone looking back that actually came out fairly recently that I kind of hope a lot of people didn't buy, because the successor of that iPhone was so much better in almost every single way that it really didn't help the, I guess, legacy of this phone either, because you had a phone that was, succeeding this phone that was so much better. And that device is the iPhone 12 Pro. If you bought the iPhone 12, 12 mini, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, the craziest thing about these phones was that they just came out in 2020, but they were actually fairly, they were decent upgrades in terms of the body. When you looked at a 12 Pro and you looked at an 11 Pro, clearly there were, lots of differences. They both looked very, very nice. And that was something that I liked about the 12 Pro. Unfortunately, the weirdest thing going on with this specific device was that it just actually, it just didn't really, perform that well compared against the successor. The iPhone 13 series, all of them, pretty much fixed everything wrong with the iPhone 12s and then some. It brought so many cool features. It brought so much more to the table. They were so good, in fact, that Apple just kind of kept the same exact phones for the iPhone 14s. That's how good of a job they did with the iPhone 13s. So it's weird now, because if you have an iPhone 12, honestly, I usually don't see this that often, but there's like visible differences that I can tell from like a day-to-day standpoint from my iPhone 12 Pro to my 13 Pro. For one, the battery health issue. A lot of the iPhone 12s had this weird battery health issue where basically if you were going through and if you were using your iPhone 12, normally as you normally would, the battery health would just go down like crazy and super, super fast. So I saw this, last year or 2 years ago, and it was a very weird experience, and I did not like that kind of thing at all. Now it kind of looks like things like that have kind of fixed up a little bit, which is good, but still it was not a good situation to be in, and I'm glad Apple at least fixed it with the next, succeeding phones. But that was another thing that really stood out to me as well. On top of that, the iPhone 13 Pro brought so much more to the table. It brought a bigger battery size. It brought a Pro Motion display on our iPhones too. And the funny thing is the 12 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro were the same price. They were all starting off at $1,000, and it's insane that that actually ended up being the case there. Now, on top of that, a phone like the iPhone 13 Pro, it even doesn't matter with the 13 Pro, the 14 Pro, the 11 Pro, almost all the phones surrounding these ones were better in their own way. The 11 Pro was better because it was cheaper, and you were still getting a very similar phone. The 13 Pro was better, and clearly the 14 Pro was better, but I just feel like with the 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 and 12 mini and 12 Pro Max, these iPhones were almost like a stopgap type of year. Like, it didn't really make a lot of sense. Visibly and visually was a big difference, but internally I was not a fan, and I had probably the most problems with these iPhones that I've ever had with any other ones. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.